name is Valentine Maseko, and I'm the Whiskey Brother, a brand ambassador. You know, my whole journey into whiskey started about 8 years ago. You know, I used to drink quite a lot of beer, but then it wasn't really working for me, and then I got introduced to whiskey. So what actually got me into whiskey was, you know, the fact that whiskey is one of the most diverse, you know, drinks out there. You know, depending on where the whiskey has been sitting, you know, cask-wise, you are able to actually have different flavors, you know, coming out of the different whiskeys. So for me, that was quite intriguing because it never gets boring. There's always something new to try out there. You know, whiskey is being made all over the world. Some countries that you wouldn't have thought, you know, were making whiskey are now making some whiskeys that are actually award-winning whiskeys. And some of the whiskey come from here in SA. You know, 3 Ships make some good whiskey, you know, just to name a few. So most people, you know, wouldn't think that 3 Ships actually does that. But, you know, once you get to try the whiskey from different areas of the world, then that's where you get to actually understand what's happening out there in the whiskey world. I'm currently working on my single malt whiskey diploma with the Edinburgh Whiskey Academy. This qualification is an industry recognized qualification whereby I'll be able to work, you know, with different distilleries in Scotland if I choose to. You know, I'll probably be the first to actually have this qualification in SA, that is if I pass. You know, so I'm currently working hard. Sometimes I have to do some of the studies at night because with the Scottish timeline, they are 2 hours behind us, and some of the classes are at 12 a.m. So hopefully the oil that I'm burning will be worth it. So I'm gonna make sure that I pass it. You know, there's certain whiskeys that when you drink, or just the aromas of the whiskey, they just invoke certain memories. You know, you smell a whiskey and then it smells like candy floss. There's hints of candy floss, and then it takes you back to maybe your first time when you went to the Rand show and you tasted candy floss. You know, I smell certain whiskeys and I find that it reminds me of my granddad, you know, when he used to drink whiskey, you know. So I think that's part of the reason why I love whiskey, you know. And the whiskey community is so large, so you get to interact with different people from, you know, all walks of life, and the memories that you share with those people as you share, you know, the different whiskeys. Because sometimes when you do tastings, you know, it's always interesting when you find someone who hasn't tried whiskey, and then when you give them whiskey for the first time, just to see the joy in their face, you know, because they used to think maybe whiskey is a very harsh drink, and then they actually realize that they've actually been missing out. So for me to share whiskey with someone and then see the joy in their face, I think that says my work is done, you know, because I just want to bring whiskey out there to the South African, you know, whiskey community, and to the world community as well, you know, just to share whiskey.